Hi, welcome back. I'm Shubhajit, and today with me is Mohammad Rizwan. We hope you all are doing well. In the previous session, we discussed about the French Revolution, where we have seen about the governance of Louis XVI and the three estates in French society. Let us now continue and understand more about the French Revolution from the topic Democratic and National Revolution 17th, 18th and 19th centuries from class 9 Social Studies. Learning outcomes. You'll be able to know how France becomes a constitutional monarchy, the course of the revolt, the reign of terror, keywords, constitution, the system of laws which formally states people's rights and duties, guillotine. A guillotine is a device used to execute people, especially in France, in the past. Consul, government official who is a representative of his or her country in a foreign city. Convention, a large formal meeting or assembly. Inalienable right, a right that cannot be taken away. Treason, betrayal of one's country or government. Let us check the concept map. France became a constitutional monarchy. The National Assembly completed the draft of the constitution in 1791 CE. Its main objective was to reduce the powers of the monarch. Now, these powers are not in the hands of one person. They are now separated and given to different institutions: the legislature, executive, and judiciary. This made France a constitutional monarchy. The Constitution of 1791 CE gave the National Assembly the power to make laws. But all the citizens did not have the right to vote. Only active citizens had the right to vote. The remaining men and all women are classed as passive citizens. Who are active citizens? Active citizens were men above 25 years of age who paid taxes equal to at least 3 days of a laborer's wage. The active citizens voted for a group of electors who chose the assembly. To become an elector and a member of the assembly, a man had to belong to the category of highest taxpayers. The Constitution began with a declaration of rights such as the right to life, freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, and equality before the law, which were considered natural and inalienable rights. This means that the rights belonged to each human being by birth and could not be taken away. It was the duty of the state to protect each citizen's natural rights. The majority of men and women in the 18th century could not read or write. So, images and symbols were frequently used of printed words to communicate important ideas. The painting by Le Barbier uses many such symbols to convey the content of the Declaration of Rights. Let us see some of the political symbols. The broken chain. Chains were used to fetter slaves. A broken chain stands for the act of becoming free. The bundle of rods or faces. One rod can be easily broken but not an entire bundle. Strength lies in unity. The eye within a triangle radiating light. That all-seeing eye stands for knowledge. The rays of the sun will drive away the clouds of ignorance. Scepter, symbol of royal power. Snake biting its tail to form a ring, symbol of eternity. A ring has neither beginning nor end. Red Phrygian cap, cap worn by a slave upon becoming free. Blue, white, red, the national colors of France. The winged woman, personification of the law. The law tablet. The law is the same for all, and all are equal before it. France abolishes monarchy and becomes a republic. In April 1792, the National Assembly voted for a war against Prussia and Austria. Marseillaise became the national anthem of France. While men were away fighting in the war, women took care of their families. Large sections of the population demanded that the revolution had to be carried further, as the Constitution of 1791 gave political rights only to the richer sections of society. Political clubs were formed, and among them, Jacobins became the most successful club. Members of the Jacobin Club included small shopkeepers, artisans such as shoemakers, pastry cooks, watchmakers, printers, as well as servants and daily wage workers. Jacobin members started wearing long striped trousers similar to those worn by dock workers. On August 10, 1792, Jacobins stormed the palace of the Tuileries and held the king hostage for several hours. Elections were held and all men of 21 years and above got the right to vote. The monarchy was abolished on 21st September 1792 and France was declared a republic. Louis XVI was sentenced to death by a court on the charge of treason. The Reign of Terror. The period from 1793 to 1794 CE is known as the Reign of Terror. Robespierre, the leader of the Jacobin Club, followed a policy of strict control and punishment. He arrested and imprisoned ex-nobles and clergy, members of other political parties, and even members of his own party who did not agree with his methods. If the court found them guilty, they were guillotined in public to send a message. The guillotine is a device consisting of two poles and a blade with which a person is beheaded, named after Dr. Guillotine. Laws were issued to place a maximum ceiling on wages and prices. Meat and bread were rationed. Expensive white flour was forbidden to use. All the people were allowed to have only a fixed amount of meat and bread, and peasants suffered losses due to selling at fixed prices set by the government. Churches were shut down and their buildings were converted into barracks or offices. Robespierre implemented his policies strictly. Finally, he was convicted by a court in July 1794 CE, arrested and sent to the guillotine. So, in this video, you have seen how France becomes a constitutional monarchy, the course of the revolt, the reign of terror. Thank you.